So I did a reel on this new gaming controller, this one here. And this is for, believe it or not, primarily Nintendo Switch. Now this is a gaming controller that works with PC, iOS, Android, Mac, and Switch. So basically it works with pretty much everything, probably minus Xbox. What you see here is a customized turbo-enabled macro. This thing does it all. It does it all. It has 4 triggers on the back that you can use as well. You can program macro button, for instance, if you want to do the Ryukin, fighting move, you can program that to one button on this thing. You can set up turbo. There's a lot you can do here. We'll get into that in a second. This thing is only $25. And I got it off of Temu. So a lot of people have asked, about the controller, where it's from. I'll put the link in the description below where you can buy it. It's always sold out, so maybe you can get it. We'll see. So I use this primarily for my Nintendo Switch. I'm actually going to be moving this to my boys' room because I'm building a gaming setup for them using some of my old stuff. These are my little boys. These are my 5 and my 6-year-old. They say I always buy everything for the big kids, and so I'm going to put some stuff in their room. Now, I've already been using this a lot, so I've already unboxed this. But the box is pretty basic box. But what comes in it is bubble wrapped. It has little rubber, little styrofoam things that can go around the triggers, to the thumbsticks, to give you a little bit more control if you need that. With a USB-A to USB-C, little 1-year warranty card on the inside there. The user guide itself, it's in multiple languages. It's basically the size of an Xbox controller, almost the exact same size. There we go. Basically the almost exact same size, just slightly smaller than an Xbox controller. And it has this texture on it, so there's texture around the front of the controller there that you can see. But it feels really, really good. That texture goes all the way around to the edge of the grip there on the side, and then there's still texture on the back, even though it's not as much texture. And then there are the things. So let's get you some clickage. That's your buttons on the back. Buttons on the front. These are mushy, but these are like the joysticks feel, the joysticks actually feel really, really good. There's your D-pad. Okay, going over the buttons here, you have your YXAB, you have your thumbsticks here, you have your D-pad here, you have your home button, you have a screenshot button there, you have the turbo button there, you have a select button there, and then you have your plus menu, whatever that function is, right bumper, left trigger, right trigger. Then in the back, you have your custom N1, N2, M1, M2, and these are the buttons that you can customize. And then this is your set button to program the controller. Then there's a reset button there to push and reset the controller there. Now this controller has built-in RGB and dual vibration. So it has dual vibration engines on both the left-hand side and the right-hand side. And it auto starts, obviously my Switch, you can't see it, I'm gonna switch the camera here in a second. It auto starts my Switch when I'm getting ready to game. And you can change the colors on the joypad here, or on the thumbsticks there. And you can set 4 different profiles on the controller. So for $25, this is an amazing controller. It's like cheap enough that I can give it to my boys without even thinking about it, but it's like so good that I don't want to give it to my boys to mess up. It's a weird dichotomy because I could replace it easily, right? As long as there's some available. It's basically a knockoff Pro controller. Shh. Okay, let's get into some of the controls here. So as far as some of the features, there's a lot of features here. I mean, you can see there's a plethora of features here that you can complete with this controller. I'm gonna keep these on hand here, and we're not gonna go through all of them because they're all here and they're clear, like they're all on the paper and they're all clear to understand of like how to set them up. They're really easy instructions. We're gonna set up turbo on the action button. So action button to swing the sword is X, and you can see that individually. It's a turbo plus. And again, so now turbo's on, so when I hold it, it goes. And then for continuous turbo, hit it again, and it's going to do everything from itself going forward by itself at that point. And so now I hit turbo button again, hit the Y, turn it off again, so now it's turned off again. You can set up the intensity of the vibration motors in here by hitting turbo and then the left direction thumbstick up, and that turns up your vibration. Or you can go it like this and that turns the vibration down. Of course, that helps with battery life. Press one button or a combination of buttons, and that's going to program, you know, one of these triggers in the back there. So if you wanted to do, I don't know, swing, jump, let's see, jump, swing, let's go to that. So we're going to hold the set button down for 3 seconds. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000. You can see it light up down there. And so now we're going to do jump, boom, and we're going to set that to that button right there. And now that button's set. So now every time we hit that, you're going to see that. You can interchange the YXBA in case, you know, that doesn't align with the system that you're playing with. The instructions are there for that as well, because there's a lot of instructions here, and so I don't want to go over everything. But let's just go over like RGB settings real quick by hitting the set on the back. So this is probably the best controller you've never heard of. So lastly, again, it's like 25 bucks. It fluctuates on Temu from 18 to 25 depending on which seller has it. I'll put the link in the description below. Ask any questions you want. I love this controller. I'm gonna buy multiple of these because these are controllers. They're so good as far as like what they can do, but they're so affordable that I don't worry about my children breaking them. And so for their PCs, for when they play Roblox, whatever the heck they play, these are freaking perfect. And for me as a gamer with, you know, better stuff, I use it because it's really, really good. So that's it. As always, stay cozy in that crazy world, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.